Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Shenanigans. So, the old ladies have gone in for the night to quilt.
Okay. This is
They
the
are
only
quilting.
door. This probably doesn't matter.
There's a back door to the backyard as well.
Which one would be less likely for them to notice open?
Well, it depends where they are.
Generally speaking.
There are
The
windows.
parlor in the back where she fell asleep is where the back door is. So, if they're in the parlor, the back door is the most likely place they would see you. If they're anywhere else in the house, the front door would be the most likely place to spot you.
There are windows though in the house, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I guess if I can since I'm invisible, if I can just kind of look, see what door I think is best, and then kind of try to slip in.
Sure, Tara. You've got your coat pulled closely around your naked body, and you're peeping in through the old woman's window.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. Sure enough, they're in the back. They're all sitting around a big table. They've got some scraps of fabric out, and they're all chatting and motioning frantically back and forth, and, you know.
Can I not hear them through the window?
Give me a perception check.
Okay. That's true. That's not my greatest stat. Okay. So.
You just, sounds, but no dialogue. Nothing meaningful.
Okay. All right. I'll try to slip in through the front door.
All right. And what are you going to do, Arlen?
I guess I'm just hanging out with the centaur. I guess wait until the till we get more information.
Okay. All right, so you slip in the front door. I will give the old ladies a perception check to hear the door open. Nope. Even with the 17, they fail. Their hearing is really going now.
Right.
Right. So the door opens. It has a loud creak that makes people in the street turn to look at the door. Women inside, no notice of this thing whatsoever. You step on in and close it behind you with a loud.
Yeah, and I just want to be able to hear them. Is there somewhere I think I can stand that's out of the way of any walking generally?
Mm-hmm. In the cupboard. They'll never look in the cupboard.
Unless they want to enter the secret cellar.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, the main goal here is to hear them, so I'll just wait and listen. It's probably gonna be nothing, but I'm listening.
Yeah, they're just talking about horses and what to make the fabric out of. There's no murder talk happening whatsoever. They're just happily pattering back and forth about all the things that they're gonna do.
Okay, I guess I'll just listen for a little while and kind of think okay, I guess if they were gonna talk about it, I don't know. I guess they'd probably be talking about it. So, and I was reading their mind. Oh yeah, so earlier. So yeah, okay. I will. I guess I'll just head back out, and
Okay.
I'm not too concerned about the door being heard this time. I just kind of yeah, and I just walk
Wait,
off.
wasn't it a well-oiled door earlier this day?
It was, but that doesn't mean the metal doesn't still. It pushes and pulls easily, but it still squeaks like the Dickens.
Ah.
Mhm.
Okay, and I guess I find the other two, and I'm like, well, nothing there. I don't think they didn't talk about anything, so.
Well, we can try to. Well, you can try to. If she wants to kill you too, for by inviting you over,
That's true.
you could use the opportunity to. I don't know. What can you do? He kind of looks at Arlen.
Yeah, I mean, I got a lot of hypnosis spells and enchantments that I could use.
Well,
but
you could interrogate her using that to see if she has any accomplices.
yeah, we could just I guess just cast it again. I guess wait until she's alone and then do that.
So
Well, we could do it tomorrow.
yeah.
If she wants to invite you over for tea.
Okay. Well, I guess we hit the hay for the night then.
All right, you guys go to bed.
Wait.
You don't go to bed.
You should be ashamed of yourself, by the way, for making that joke.
Why?
He just and on that note, he kind of goes over to the stables.
All right.
Hit the hay.
Hit the
Really?
hay. Oh, I didn't even get that. I just went right over my head.
Do you know how often centaurs hear that? Like, I assume, like people just use it as a normal, just phrase, but centaurs always think it's a joke about that.
You don't have to get so offended all the time when people say
That's
something.
why-
Just hold your horses and don't.
Like, what the fuck are you? You're not even thinking about how insensitive you are.
All right.
Okay.
Let's we head back to Shenanigans.
Thank you. Sorry, my beer had to get redelivered to me. I'd left it in the other room.
Just curl up on
Look at Neal having everything being delivered to him. What luxury.
You have no idea. I live in the lap of luxury all day long. Life is wonderful. Where were we? Right. Next
go to
morning.
bed.
Right. We wake up the next morning, and who should be waiting for you downstairs but Hildegard?
Mhm.
She's got a whole basket full of baked goods waiting for you when you come downstairs. She says, "I've been up for the last 5 hours making you some of my favorite pastries. Here," and she hands you over a cinnamon roll. She hands it to Tara.
I'm like, I kind of take it. Is it like a rock?
No, it's a juicy, moist cinnamon roll with like glazed sugar still rolling down the sides. She hands a couple of cookies over to Arlen, and then she hands some brownies over to Gareth.
All right.
Okay.
Gareth.
Wait, guys. Maybe I whisper. I guess to you. Like maybe she's involved. We can interrogate her.
I just gotta say.
Well, apparently, she hates Hilda.
I just kind of say, like, after I take it, like, I'm like, so we've done some investigating, we've made some steps. I think soon the mission will be accomplished.
Oh, good. I knew I could count on you. You're such good people, always willing to help out a poor old lady. I just thought I'd make you some of my famous pastries just to show my appreciation.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you. How are they?
Gareth nibbles on one of the brownies. How is it?
Give me a grub skill check at like +2, because she's a good baker, but I don't know how you feel about brownies.
Well, I have really bad grub skills, so let's see how this goes.
Yeah. It's
Probably
sweet bread
first
with
time
some
eat-
chocolate.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like probably centaurs don't even eat chocolate really, so it's like it's all right.
She does not hear you when you say it's all right, or if she does hear you, she pretends not to, and looks to
Anything
Arlen and Tara.
under it's good. It's
and just
ignored.
poof, right out the window. Arlen and Tara, she looks to you guys to see how you like it.
Can I make like a sleight of hand or something? Make it look like I'm eating it, but just
Give me a dex check to try and
have
hide.
it, like
you
your hand
not
in front of it, then try to crumble it a bit.
Yeah, you managed to crumble the cookie into your hand to make it look like you're eating it, and you don't actually have any.
Yeah.
What do you say to her though?
I would say it's wonderful.
Good. I'm so glad you like it. And then she looks just directly at Tara, unblinking, and just waits for her to say something.
I will take a small bite.
All right.
My grub skill, right?
Yep.
Do I have one? Oh, I do. Oh my god, it's excellent.
Oh my god. +2, of course, because she's a good baker.
Oh, okay, so
my.
25 then.
Okay, it's a delicious cinnamon roll. And you don't even like cinnamon rolls, but this is good.
Yeah, I'm like, it's actually really good.
See?
I have to ask, could it be that people are bad-mouthing you?
So, I need to go to the restroom. Please hold on, and I like head off.
What do
Because
you
I-
mean bad mouthing me? Is it?
well-
Did you talk to Hilda? That twat. She's such a wench. You know that? I saw her serving 2 men the other day, and it wasn't a cup of tea.
Well, I
What
was
were
not
they
talking
serving?
about the other woman, because, well, apparently your reputation. I mean, I do not believe the rumors without any proof, but they were talking quite terrible things about you.
Were they? What were they saying?
Well, they're mostly saying your goods were not good.
They said my baking was bad.
So
She says quietly.
He kind of,
Really?
he's somebody like, and he's like understandably kind of feeling sad for. Yes.
Who said that?
I do not know I can't remember the name. but-
Now, don't play dumb with me. I was
No,
making
I-
plots and plans before you were born, young man. Well, I don't know. How old are your people?
Uh,
But probably from before you were born. You tell me
assume
who
you're
it
old.
was, and I will take care of her in my own way.
I seriously do not remember the name. There were many of them, sir.
The whole pack of them, huh?
I mentioned, I forget one of the names. But I just mentioned,
Which ones which ones do you remember?
Wilda.
wow.
Not even.
I don't think I know Wilda.
I give like a description of one of the ladies.
Oh, that's Nancy. She's a whore. Okay,
So
I understand. This is all Hilda's doing. She's poisoned their minds. You know, we used to be one big sewing circle
she says
until
poisoned,
Hilda
like-
came in.
When she says poison, I'm like, well, you have no idea.
So I go to the backyard with the cinnamon roll, and I'm gonna cast detect poison.
Do you cast detect poison on the pastry?
Yeah, but I went to the backyard.
Right. It is not poisoned. It's
Okay,
just
good.
a delicious cinnamon roll. There's
It's
no
actually just
poison
a
in
sweet
it.
old woman who's
to-
really wronged by everybody else.
Hey, I have to be
Probably-
paranoid.
Probably because she only has one tooth left. That's why everybody is making fun of her.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, how well do Hilda and the other ladies know each other?
They're as close as thieves.
And I guess I come back and I like just sit down and I start munching the cinnamon roll.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of look at Arlen. Oh, it's still active actually. It's a turn plus a round per level, so no poison, right?
Yeah, Arlen's is also unpoisoned, as
I just-
is Garrett's.
I just look at him and kind of like, okay,
Okay.
keep eating.
Well, our investigation should be concluded in a short amount of time.
I think we can probably get it done today, hopefully.
Good.
Well, just take care of that circle of theirs. They're
Excuse
quite
me?
Just take care of that circle of theirs. They are quite mean-spirited.
Mm-hmm.
I heard one of them was seemed really jealous of your quilt that you have on your house. They said they might. I don't know. I'm afraid they might want to take it or something.
Oh, well, I have to go then, she says, getting up quickly, leaving a different basket of muffins on the table. These are for you. I'll be off. I've got to go protect my quilt. And she wobbles out the door.
Whew, good one. All right. Well,
Gareth kind of tries one of the muffins. Let's see if he likes muffins. Yeah. They're good.
Blueberries and raspberries. Oh, it's so good.
Berries. Oh, these are actually really good.
all right. Well, let's go. What are we doing? Oh yeah, we're gonna
Well-
talk to the old lady. We're gonna charm.
Well, somehow you have to get Hilda to invite you for tea. Maybe if you wanted to maybe ask, maybe we want to talk about some ideas you had for that quilt.
hmm
And then you
Guess we
can
could do
try
that,
your,
yeah.
then you can try your stuff.
Maybe we could do it as a picnic or something, so that we're not in her house. right? Because then you can be there, right? It's a picnic.
We could do that.
Okay.
And we have excellent baked goods already.
So are we inviting her to a picnic?
With muffins.
I think so.
With a basket of muffins.
Yeah, we just take them. We just take the basket of muffins with us. All right.
We can tell her Tara made them.
Sure. Actually, I think I have a. No, I don't know. Anyways, we go.
All right, you go to Hilda's house, right?
Yep. And
You you open the door opens after a 3, 4, 5 minute period of waiting, and inside is the buzzing sound of worker bees quilting away. There's like fabric scraps all over the floor. There's all sorts of chattering prattle. There's an old woman approaching you, like holding the door open with her elbow and the saucer under one hand and a teacup in the other, and looks at you guys and blinks and says, "Why, you must be the couple to be wed and their horse. How wonderful!"
I will choose to ignore that.
let's see. Yeah, and we brought muffins. I kind of like the basket.
Oh, I bless your heart. Come on in. I don't know if there's room for the
Yeah,
It is all right.
the built one.
I'm like, it looks like you guys are a bit busy. We were actually going to invite Hilda to a picnic.
Whoa. Well, I don't know if we can picnic and quilt. What am I saying? Of course we can picnic and quilt together at the same time. Hilda, the young couple's here. And I guess she brings you guys to the back area where everyone is working on the quilt, and she shows you to Hilda and tells her that you want to go out and have a picnic during all of this. Hilda agrees. She says it's a fantastic idea. She just needs to prepare a lunch.
Yes.
She needs to make some tea.
I just say, how about like, do you know like I just say like a place that we can picnic, like somewhere where there's grass or whatever, or like hills or something.
Oh yes.
I just
Our
like
horse it needs to graze.
like why don't you just we'll wait for you there.
Of course, then. That's perfect. Why don't I meet you there in an hour or so when lunch is ready?
About 3 hours. Sounds good.
Perfect.
And I,
Every party has their little scheme to try to trick the other one.
yup.
Like the old lady is like, perfect. Now I just have to poison the lion.
And basically, as we kind of like head out toward that area, I like look at Arlen and I'm like, well, this complicates things a little bit. Do you think we can pull it off with all of them there?
Well, we will see if everybody comes along.
Yeah.
But
It sounded like they were.
Should we bring our own poison food too? I don't know why we would do this, but
Oh yeah, you have poison too.
well, these muffins are quite good. If you want to poison them, let me just take 2 more.
Okay.
I do have hemlock if we need it.
Oh boy.
I'll try to prepare something with one dose of hemlock. I'd say.
Wait, hemlock. What does hemlock do?
I don't think I have like resist poison spells because that's pretty
Wait,
heavy stuff.
the question is, what does hemlock do? Because if those old ladies are uninvolved, we do not want to have an incident on our hands.
Hemlock is a paralytic. It will cause the old ladies to be paralyzed if they fail their save badly enough, or slowed, or if they really fail it, it'll outright kill them. I actually don't think I've updated the paralytics yet. I think that needs to be modified. I fixed like everything except for the paralytics.
Hemlock
So give me a
might not
moment.
be the right idea then.
Okay.
Because
There we go.
I have a feeling that a lot of those old ladies do not have the, strongest of hearts anymore.
Okay, we won't do that.
Don't want to stop the heart of everybody or every old lady there.
Maybe this should be
I could also inform the sheriff to be nearby. Out of sight.
For what? I guess what's our even plan here? I guess we did.
Well,
It's a good question.
To interrogate her. You said you have hypnotizing magic. We could use that to interrogate her and to make sure that she is the only one murdering people. If she has accomplices, maybe you can try to get her to tell us.
But then they're all here, I guess. So I guess we bring them all to the picnic, and then we get her to confess or something, or what? Like, what is even the? Because if we're gonna do the hypnotism thing, like that, we should
our goal is
jump them or something.
Our goal is to find out if she has accomplices.
Yeah.
In murdering. If she doesn't, we just arrest her and bring her to the sheriff. If she does, we inform the sheriff, and depending on who the accomplices are, we catch them. If the accomplices are the other old ladies,
how does the picnic? How does the picnic help this plan, though? I guess. Like, we could just cast a spell or something.
Well, we could try to just get her away from the other old ladies for a moment. Yeah. You do not want to have everybody there when you cast a spell.
Well, yeah.
Especially if they are in league with her. I doubt that that a bunch of old ladies would be the greatest challenge in combat, but if they have, well, wait, how is Arlen's physique looking?
I'm not super. I mean, I'm a list, below than 10 strength, right? And I'm a half elf, right? So.
Do you look feeble in terms of
a little bit? I would say maybe a little. I mean, I'm not like super elderly here, but probably less so than a normal person.
Well, I doubt that a group of old ladies could pose much of a challenge, but if they catch you unawares or by casting a spell But
I guess, like, why are we even doing it? Why don't we just cast a spell on him or something instead of going?
Well, because all the other old ladies are here.
On the street or something, walk or get her alone or something again. I don't know. Yeah, and then we go to like a picnic, and then they're still there though.
Well, we are doing it now. Well, also, it doesn't seem like she's going to leave the house. Otherwise.
Okay.
Because originally we were just gonna talk to her. We thought we'd be alone.
And the idea was the picnic because I can be there too.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Because then we go there and I'm gonna get like, I guess, do I pretend to not eat it again, the food again?
So let's take a step at a time. All right, you guys, do you poison the muffins?
Actually, I have an idea. I have purify food and drink.
Does it get rid of poison?
Yep.
Oh, perfect.
It has a 1 round casting time, so I could do like a prayer or something. Okay. It makes spoiled, rotten, poisonous, or otherwise contaminated food and water pure and suitable for eating and drinking.
Oh, perfect.
Okay.
So I can just unpoison it when we get there.
Okay. Yeah.
And it says it's a cubic foot per level in a 10 square foot area. So I think I can hit all of it.
Easy peasy. Yeah.
She brings like
In a massive amount of
few
food.
roasted pigs for lunch.
She brings 80 pounds of food.
It's like a grandma. She makes too much food.
It would have to be more than 4 cubic feet of like area. Like that would be insane. But yeah.
Okay, so I guess the plan is you purify the food, we go to the picnic, and then we get her alone or something, and then cast spells at her, or like what's the actual action?
You are the one with the spells, right?
Right.
But,
So we won't have to worry about poison. Now we need to figure out how to I mean, you're the one. Technically, I could have charm person too, but
yeah, so I can do that, and then I cast charm person, and then we interrogate her, I guess.
Yeah.
I was thinking of using music of the skiers as well, and just like taking it out and playing it for them. Using it on her so that she has a penalty to it. So
Also, it would distract. Does it distract people? Does it distract people? That music.
I can only affect one person, and it would make her extremely gullible. Everyone would hear it though.
That seems good enough.
All right.
Okay, so we just do that and then we accuse him or something.
We
Say, did you do it?
we need to figure out if she has accomplices. However,
Well,
you-
we know she did do it. We know she did it.
Oh yeah, I guess who are your? So we do that and then we just.
charm person, maybe talk to her like, hey, like, I don't know what you want to do, but maybe you could be a little vague or something and be like, act like we're on her side and then ask her if anyone else is involved, something like that.
Okay.
Mhm.
While the others are there, I guess. While
Yeah, that's why I said be a little vague about it, but like make it clear that you're talking about the basement. I think that's what we're gonna try and do.
Okay.
That's the best way to go about it, because we don't want to say it outright in front of the other ladies. Just we don't want to cause a panic, which feels really weird to say. Ugh, I just got a chill. Anyway,
Yeah, I mean, and then they just like, but what if she says like, oh yeah, we quilt all the time or something? I do work with other people while quilting.
that's why I'm saying like try to talk about the basement or something.
Well, you could also whisper to her if it's necessary.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just ask who else knows about the basement. I guess.
Well, I guess, but what if you charm her and then you talk to her and like ask her if she has any accomplices or like anyone else who works with her? That's what we're trying to figure out. However you want to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, do you guys poison the muffins?
No.
No,
Okay.
because I'm just going to purify any poison in the area.
Good.
Anyway.
I just want to make sure I understand that you haven't
Perfect.
ruined the muffins. You head down to the picnic spot and wait. And right on time, on the hour, on the dot, or as close to it as you can figure since we don't have watches or clocks, the old ladies show up. The whole squabble of them arrive. And that's what you call a group of old ladies. It's a
Yeah, that's-
squabble.
That's perfect.
A squabble.
Yeah. A squabble
call-
of old ladies.
I called a group of dwarves a chunk in my.
I also actually had to deal with a
like
group
that.
of old ladies, and it was actually a group of hacks. I called them a murder of old ladies because
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah,
and then like,
those-
let's say we do get them to confess. Then what?
we just
With no
want to.
proof.
We just need to find out if she has accomplices, and if we find out that, we can figure out who they are.
And I guess yeah, and then I guess we
yeah, if she has
Then what?
accomplices, we can.
then we have no proof or something, or like,
But-
what do we do with that?
So here's the thing: if she doesn't have accomplices, we're done. That's all we need.
Okay, yep.
Yeah.
If she has,
does-
she can point.
does, we're gonna have to figure out
Yeah,
the next
if she
thing,
has accomplices, she can point them out.
if we can get her to.
And then
Well,
we investigate those people and get those people arrested.
Right.
Okay.
well, it doesn't seem like the sheriff needs much convincing on that matter.
Now we can probably just tell him, hey, it's these people, and
Okay.
yeah. All right. So the old ladies are coming.
They have arrived. The whole
All right.
gaggle of them are here. They start laying out these picnic blankets, putting these heavy rocks on them to keep them down. They bring out all these baskets of food. They're chatting back and forth about all the wonderful things that have been going on since they last saw you. They start like three of them talking to you at once about different sections of the quilt and the ideology behind having the horse lords on one side and the horse bandits on the other side, because it really represents the duality of like men and women with the horse lords and the bandits and the stealing of things from each other and, you know, the battle of the heart. And you're kind of like, what the fuck are they talking about? It doesn't really
I'm
make
just-
a lot of sense, but they're really into this lore.
I'm just nodding and
It's like the centaur was like, yeah, actually, this, this is not bad. You came up with that within a day.
I mean, it's probably true lore. It's this is how our god, the non-existent horse gods. What gods do you have?
Well, we
Mister.
have. Well, we pray to Mother, the gods you know too. Mostly, a lot of us pray to Felumbra, but
Do
personally,
they have
I
in
wanna
your
s-
literature? Do they look like a horse, the centaur, or they?
there are. Well, you know that Felumbra is the moon. There are no images for them. There are concepts. They represent. Well, you can see them in the sky. The stars.
God, they're
In the season.
humans though, right? They're. We all know
Right.
that.
How would they be humans? They are mightier than humans. Why would they ever choose a human form?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Jexel can take a lot of different forms.
I assume that they are more represented in their cromsets. Brodasi is present in every death.
All right.
There's a bit of destruction in this world.
They're all talking philosophy, and the old ladies are like jabbering at me, and I'm like, yes.
Well, it's the perfect. Well, maybe talking about the gods, it is the perfect time for a prayer.
Yeah, Hilda starts pouring out tea and hands a teacup to each of the old ladies first, and they start sipping it right away, and then she hands a teacup to you guys.
And,
Is it the same tea?
as that's
Yeah, it's this one big pot of tea that she just keeps pouring into everyone's cups.
and as that's happening, I'm just kind of like, I kind of like raise the tea up, and I'm like, oh, it seems like the perfect chance before we sup together and everything for a little prayer. In this case, to Jexel, the god of luck, because today certainly is a lucky day for me and for everyone, and I would just ask him to bless this day and make it a lucky day and bestow upon us the as much happy like luck and, well, you know, a little bit of the wild side might be interesting too. And yeah, let's have a. And then I kind of like doing like a toast, and that's my spell. That's my purify food and drink.
They all say what a lovely toast it was, and you know, my son became a priest, and he never gave a sermon as good as that. He's just a good-for-nothing layabout. He's one of those what do you call Jexel clerics, and all they do is eat and drink and fucking sleep, and they don't do anything useful. What god did you say you prayed to? That was such a lovely sermon.
I'm glad you liked it.
It was.
Neal, some of the old ladies drank the tea before it was purified, right?
Yes, many of them did.
Yep. But we didn't. And once I've done that, I'll kind of like, you know, sit down with them, and I'm confident that it's not poisoned anymore, hopefully.
Yeah, totally confident that it's not poisoned, right?
I mean, yeah, I cast yeah.
Yeah. Do you drink the tea and eat the food?
Sure.
Tara, I need a confirmation or denial on that, please. Thank you.
I don't like the way you're saying it, but yeah.
And Gareth?
He is eating the muffins. And,
You're not having any of the tea?
well, since they do not seem that they do not perceive him that well, so he has the cup, but he never drinks from it.
All right, so you have your cup, but you never take a sip of it, and you just eat muffins.
Yeah. And
Well, he doesn't eat that much
now,
anyway.
now
Right.
shortly after we start, if I have time,
Okay.
shortly after we start, I take out let's see, bowls, 3 bowls. No, what? Yeah, 3 bowls. What?
Three bowls?
no. Yeah, I take out the material components for the Music of the Spheres. It's like the bowls with the liquid in them or whatever, and you like make a ring.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
Oh, singing bowls.
Yeah.
You're right. And I swear it says bows on here, like BOWS. On the
Music
site,
is second
but-
level spell.
What? No, Music of the
Music of
Spheres.
the-
Yeah, second level. Yeah. Anyways, point is, I take those out and I start doing that.
Bows, yeah. It says bows.
It says
Set of
bows.
3 bows made from signs. Like,
But yeah, I start doing that, and I focus the spell on Hilda. Right? Yeah.
Okay. Let me read this.
Basically, they get a saving throw, and if they fail, it makes them susceptible to charm effects. They
Right,
get a -3 penalty.
Sure, and you can target
One creature.
one creature, and you target Hilda with it.
Yep.
Yeah, she makes a saving throw. Okay. You don't know if it succeeds or fails.
Right. So if she fails, it says that the music makes the subject gullible and more susceptible to charm magic such as charm person, suggestions.
Right. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So you cast it, and they all look at your singing bowl technique, and they all applaud and like clap along with it.
And I'm kind of like just giving Arlen the signal eye.
I mean, I guess while they're distracted, I'm gonna kind of hide behind the horse or something and cast Charm Person, or just hide kind of away and make it seem like I'm not
And if she failed, she has a -3 penalty to the charm person.
Got it. I have
Okay.
rolled for all of these things.
Yeah, as well as the other -2. And then I guess I'll cast the charm
Oh
person. on her.
god, a -5. That's insane.
It's a
All
really
right.
bad check. She'll never pass that.
Would you even pass on a natural 20 if your penalty was too high?
Well, if she had a high enough wisdom, she might get a bonus of +2, right?
Yeah, I think I do. So she might. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, the rules have been made. The decisions have been declared in secret. Okay, so the picnic goes on. They're talking about quilting and all of this nonsense. And maybe 20 minutes into it, one of the ladies here says something about Hilda's bakery. And not Hilda, Hildegard's bakery. And immediately Hilda pipes up and goes, well, I believe the last time we talked about it, we all agreed that place was, little better than chicken food. In fact, I wouldn't even feed any of that to my chickens, and I don't even have chickens. I wouldn't feed one iota of her biscuits to my kittens. And the other old ladies all nod.
How do you like the muffins, by the way? Tell me them.
Oh, they're lovely, dear. They're just precious. They're just so rich I can't have any more.
I'm glad you like them.
But thank you. But really, they say, ignoring you and going right back, Hildegard's bakery is just one of the worst things ever. And one of the other ladies Nancy pipes up and says, well, I spoke to the fire marshal today, and he's convinced that Hildegard burned it down for the insurance money on her own, and that she won't be getting a dime. To which Hilda cackles gleefully and claps her hands together and says, well, isn't that just the best? She is such a busybody, always got her nose in everyone else's business and always trying to tell everyone what they need to do. Do you remember when she was the queen bee of this sewing circle? Oh, the times were terrible. Terrible, I tell you.
Question here. Does at some point one of the old women just fall over asleep or something because they drank maybe poison tea?
Not as of yet, but I will definitely tell you if and when that does happen.
So
It'll be like 30 minutes, yeah.
yeah, I guess I'm just waiting to see if Arlen. What?
Yeah, it's up to Arlen.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I'm gonna start talking to her about the her cooking supplies in her cupboard. Does anybody else know about? Does anybody else help you with that?
Well,
that
we all
food
went
that
back to our own houses and made all of our own baking and cooking for today's lunch. But yes, we do like to cook together. You know what they say: the circle that cooks together stays together.
Okay. Does anybody else often bring tea, or are you kind of the only one who usually boils the tea?
Well, I mean, what civilized person doesn't have tea?
Okay.
Right?
Right.
Right.
Do you have any questions, Mr. Cleric, on what to ask for this situation?
Okay. All right. I'm just like kind of watching this happen, and I'm like,
any insights with your prayers that you could?
sure. Just let me do a little prayer. I guess I'll cast Mind Read. I don't know what he's trying to do here, but
All right. You cast Mind Read, and most of the old ladies are like, oh, it's such a lovely day. The spring sun is out, and the birds are chirping, and we're having a picnic with a real live centaur. What a wonderful... I'll tell my great-grandchildren about this when they're born. Blah, 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 blah. While Hilda is thinking more along the lines of, well, they definitely seem to be interested in something. No one has ever come to a whole group of old ladies and been so interested in them. Certainly not a young married couple. I don't know what they're up to, but they're on to something. And she seems suspicious of you guys. Super suspicious.
So, like, based on this, what I think that the charm failed? Like, she doesn't seem to think more favorably of him at all?
No. I think, how should we say? She is suspicious of, like, the group, but as you continue to listen to her thoughts, when, like, they drift to the centaur, it's kind of like, what the fuck is this weird centaur doing here? I know Berkshire has all sorts of weird creatures, but, like, I've never had a picnic with a centaur. Something is fishy. And this cleric is, like, I don't know. There's something off about the cleric, but at least that one, the young lady really takes an interest in these things. And, you know, not everyone can be bad, but they might have bad friends. So she seems sort of like accepting of Arlen, and kind of like you guys are the bad influence, and Arlen's like the one redeeming quality that your group has.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna ask, like, has anybody else helped you feed your
Cats.
Your cats at all? Has anybody else?
Speaking of, actually, ladies, I have completely forgotten to feed the cats. What if we call the picnic for today, and why don't the three of you, she says, pointing to the party, come with me and help me feed my cats? I have a few more questions for you. We can leave the rest of them to the picnic, and when we're done feeding the cats, we can come right back.
Sure, I'd be happy to help you feed your cats. Do you often need help?
She ignores your question entirely. She, old lady, like, conveniently doesn't hear you, and
well, I would be glad to help you out.
Okay.
Oh, lovely, lovely. Come. See you ladies later. And the four of you walk back to Hilda's house.
She thinks she has us.
And
In reality, we have her. Or do we?
I was gonna say, has the mind reading give any info on, like, the cat? Like, when I just mentioned or do the other ladies help you feed your cats at all?
No, there was nothing of interest on that. Just a, like, ooh, let's go feed the cats now. It's a good idea.
Okay.
So the party gets back to Hilda's house. It's just the three of you and her. And
it doesn't seem like I can fit in. We will need to get.
Well, that's a great shame. Why don't I open the side door and let you around the back? We've got some lovely grass out there for you to graze on. Do you eat grass?
No, not really.
Oh, well, I'll whip you up a sandwich while we feed the cats. And she shows you to the side door that goes around to the back of the house where the lovely back door garden is. And there's some fruit trees and a little picnic table with, like, 3 stools sitting around it. It's quite nice.
Well, it would be lovely, but I'm feeling quite full from the picnic. So you don't have to make yourself the hard work.
Nonsense. It's a pleasure to cook for others.
Okay. I mean, I guess while she's doing that, I mean, like, what do you guys think? Like, I don't know. We don't have any more information on the situation.
It does not seem like she's working with anybody else.
I personally don't think so.
Okay.
Right, so she brings you in, and she goes to the cupboard and pulls out a plate of cookies and sets them on the table and says, "Here, have some cookies." And then proceeds to go to the cupboard and pull out a bag of food and, like, you know, scoop a little bowl into it and set it down, and scoop another bowl into it and set it down.
Or, like,
and
when she's, like, has her back turned, I'm, like, looking at Arlen. It's kind of like a...
I guess I'm gonna start.
Like, I don't know what to do.
Should I cast a spell? Should I cast hypnosis? I just whisper. I can just do that.
Go for it.
Okay. I'm all right. I'm sick of waiting. I'm just gonna cast hypnosis, and I'm gonna say, confess your crimes and tell me if you've been working with anybody and who they are.
all right. She fails her saving throw. Confess your crimes and tell me if you've been working with anyone.
Regarding your basement.
Crimes? What crimes. I haven't done anything wrong, nothing immoral. Certainly we all break the law from time to time, but all of my actions and any laws I might have broken were done out of love and compassion for all people. And no, I the only person that helps me is my dear little cousin. My nephew, really.
Who's your nephew? Okay.
Theodore.
Theodore. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes. He works down at the pub, at Joey's Tavern.
Okay. That's fine. Since I'll leave at this point. I don't know.
Does anyone eat the cookies?
Oh well, let me help you with that sandwich of yours.
Oh,
It
right. She
kinda-
does make you a sandwich and hands it over
Yeah,
to you.
as she hands it over to me, I clock her in the head.
Give me a roll to hit the old lady. She has AC 10.
With my fist.
She is surprised, so you get a +1 to hit.
So I have a +2. I do not use my hooves because I do not want to break her head.
Yeah, don't kill her.
Just see, I was afraid to punch her because I do like a minimum.
13.
You definitely hit. Mhm.
Yeah.
You do how much damage?
I knock her. I do what? 1 + 1 damage, or what is?
1d2 plus strength modifier?
Oh, 1d2 + 1 then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus
I was,
1.
I was afraid to punch her because my
She's
minimum
unconscious.
damage was like 7.
Oh my god. Yeah, she has 1 HP, so she instantly hits the ground. Thud.
Well, we have our evidence
I like.
and our
I'll
statement.
walk over. I walk over and Orison her, just for the
So
stabilizer.
she doesn't die. Sure, sure.
Yeah.
Can I get a perception check from the party, please? No.
Oof. Oh, God.
All right, perfect. You have her.
Oh no, we're good.
All right, let's bring her over to the sheriff.
Excellent. You get back to Sheriff McBoof. He's sitting down. He's got his napkin tucked into his shirt. He's got like a fork and a knife in his hands, and one of the guards is bringing him like a big T-bone steak and sets it down just as you guys walk in the door, and he gets a sad puppy dog look in his face, and he looks at the steak. And he looks at responsibility.
We can
Yeah.
wait.
I say we can wait.
Really?
Mhm.
Yes.
She won't
Oh,
wake
boy.
up. Soon.
What?
she won't wake up soon.
We have solved the case. And
We solved the case.
He looks at the steak longingly and gets up and walks around to the other side
you
of the
can
table.
eat this steak. We
I'm
have
sorry.
time.
Who did you knock out?
Well, you remember the murder. The
Yes.
murder case. We found out who she works with, so we brought her here, and her accomplice is her nephew,
Yeah, Theodore. Do you know what
Theodore. He works at
Theodore.
the pub.
At Joey's Tavern?
I don't know
Oh
about her.
god, the slow boy, huh?
Uh,
I don't know if I can do this job any longer. You know, old ladies murdering people, hiring her delayed cousin to help her nephew to help her, and
Also-
arsons caused by
okay.
I don't know if I can be the sheriff of this town anymore. I think I gotta turn in my papers.
Well, you
Look
might
at
also,
the bright side. You can get your quilt back.
That's true.
It's true.
also
It's good to leave on a high note.
maybe you can send someone to call the fire marshal, because there's a great chance that she might have caused the arson too, because she hates Hildegard apparently.
He snaps his fingers and sends one of his minions off to grab the fire marshal.
Enjoy your food.
No, let's.
It will
So
get
this
cold.
is it. This is her, right? That's fine. And he snaps some fingers. Go get the kid. And soon the old woman is here, sleeping soundly in the jail cell. Her nephew comes, and he's definitely on the slow side of things. You know, he's in his 30s, but he sort of has like a teenager mentality, and he's not too quick to grasp, and he's a little easily confused and easily misled. But he's a jolly fellow, and he's over here not really understanding why he's been put in jail. And I think we're going to go to our final break right here. And when we come back, we'll sort out the rest of this. Or so we hope. See you guys on the other side. Bye-bye.